Let's take a moment to check out the Sprite ice-cold keys to the game. Now, Clark, as you take a look at the Hornets, what do you think will be the key for them?
They shouldn't sleep on Lewis Williams. Preventing him from having a big game could play into it. He's been on an unbelievable roll over the last week. His scoring is way up. He's really flown.
Clark, what do you think about Philadelphia? What will be the key for them?
Elton Brand, a stat sheet stuffer of a power forward. Rebounds, blocks, and a multifaceted offensive skill set. He can hurt you in the blocks or splash the mid-range J.
And here are the Hornets now, after the Sixers pick up 2. To the inside, Grant flips it in off the sweet pick.
Terrific pick to set up that basket. The little things are the big things, and they can always make a difference.
Iguodala with it. 11 points last game. The alley-oop.
Fantastic pass to set the alley-oop jam up there. You gotta love that.
Al Paul. Here's Okafor. Nails the bank shot.
Great pass into the lane. They'll take that one every time.
Here's Iverson. It's rebounded by Paul. On defense, the 76ers. They put up a nice win against Detroit the last time out.
You look at where they really impacted the flow in this one, and it was in getting a hold of the loose balls and taking advantage of the lack of ball control at the other end of the court.
And here is Williams after the Hornets pick up 3. AI to Young. The shot is off. The Hornets go the other way with the ball. And Clark, this is the first they're seeing of the 76ers this year.
Yep, they'll see them twice this season, so not a lot of face time with these guys.
And here are the 76ers now. It's a 5-point game. Here's Williams to end the run. Yes, and the foul. It's going to be on David West. And people do like to see these interconference battles.
Oh, I agree with you, Kevin. Definitely in some sports you don't get to play all the other teams on your home court, so the fans love coming out for these.
Good for the three-point play. Al Paul. Last game we saw him score 13. From short range, here's West. Rebound by Elton Brand.
And that makes them 4 of 5 now. Their first miss of the game. Terrific start thus far.
Now Young. 9-point game his last outing. Iguodala backs in. AI trains it from just inside the three-point line. Al Paul. 2:30 left in the first. And here is West. He's covered by Iguodala.
Great awareness makes him a dangerous threat every time down the floor.
The 76ers trailing. Iverson gets in close. New Orleans in the lead. To West, outside. Here's Stojakovic, off the mark from 3. Deflects the pass. Iguodala backs him down. The shot is off. The Hornets go the other way with the ball. They defeated the Wizards in their last game.
One of the things that I thought made a big impact was their ability to knock down the three-point shot consistently. They didn't waste time with the ball. When the open 3 was available, they shot it.
And here is Williams, coming off a stellar performance against Detroit. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here. And now let's take a look at the most efficient scoring teams in the NBA. Look at the Hornets, the most efficient team in the NBA in terms of scoring. And checking out Philadelphia, several spots down. They shoot the ball so well, one of the best.
As a team, they really execute their offense, so guys know where they're going to get their shots from. And they make sure that guys shoot the shots they're most comfortable with.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. They trail by 7. Here's Iverson. Okafor grabs the miss.
This is one of the key reasons why they're losing. You have to get more production out of your core star players. The closer in you get, the more they'll reach in for the pilfer. You got to protect the rock.
Up ahead to AI. Young buries the baseline J.
He's just so gifted offensively. He's a tough guy to match up with.
Here's Grant in close. Finishes with the soft touch.
They're really giving them all they can handle here. The defense is having a hard time keeping up.
The Hornets have taken the early lead.
Well, they're scoring with ease. They've definitely hit the ground running. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And we end an exciting first quarter. The score, 18-14. All right, the first quarter had a lot of good action. I think we'll be in for some more here in the second. And here's Iverson with it. He had 25 points last game. And as you mentioned, the defense a step slow, trying to defend this offensive onslaught.
Yeah, Kevin, I mean, when they're shooting at such a high percentage like they are, they're really difficult to beat.
Wow. Now Young. 5 points in the game.
Why anyone would want to leave this guy alone deep is beyond me.
And coming up this Friday, it's going to be Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder as they make the trip to Dallas to play the Mavericks. That one's scheduled for a tip-off at 7:30 Eastern.
You can count on it that both teams want to win.
Yep. Knocks it loose. Stolen by the Hornets. Leads him in. Here's West. Drops it in on the layup.
Good job of leading his man right to the rim for the bucket.
The dump off to Williams. Jacks up the triple. That's good. He's got 5. When I think of Andre Iguodala, I think about offense. But you know what? This guy's defense, he kind of transfers that athleticism on offense to being a pretty good defender.
He's got good feet, excellent feet, and then he's longer than he appears. I mean, he's strong and lean, but he's also pretty long, so he's able to use that length to bother shots, to block shots, and to get deflections and steals.
And anticipation, that's a big thing for a defender.
Without question, he has excellent anticipation. He's always ready to jump into those passing lanes.
And here is Williams. 23 points his last outing. Iguodala. Finally, they get the bucket.
That's exactly the way you practice it. Hit the open man for the great look.
Here's West. And it's Iguodala with the rebound.
Well, he can't believe that one didn't fall. Those are usually automatic.
Here's Williams. Off from three-point land.
That was a judgment call. He took a quick shot there, but I thought it was a pretty good look.
Grant on the paint. Here's Okafor. Laid in softly off the glass.
That's a strong finish inside. That's where you want to work your magic, Kevin.
Timeout called the 76ers. Now a chance to check out the top NBA block leaders. And you look at Brand. One of the top intimidators in the league, a fierce shot blocker.
You better know where he is when you get close to the rim. I mean, this is a guy that really attacks shot attempts. He's there for one reason and one reason alone, and that's to be a goalie in basketball. He wants to deny everything that comes around the goal.
And here is Williams. He has 5.
That's the way to manufacture your shot against the taller defender. Solid effort.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. Trailing by 2. They host the Clippers after this game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. The steal by the 76ers. 2:05 left in the half. Here's what's going on tomorrow night. We'll see Tim Duncan and the San Antonio Spurs. They'll be playing host to the visiting Los Angeles Lakers. That one gets underway at 7:30 Eastern.
It'll be fun to watch.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. The 76ers getting the bucket. Here's West. Buries the short-range jumper. He's got 6.
In the first, he had trouble hitting with any consistency. But here in the second, he's turned it around.
Young.
Oh! Great assist on that basket. He's seeing the floor well, and he's making some beautiful passes.
The Hornets trail. Okafor inside. He's against Brand. Shoots from the post. Kept alive. Here's Grant. Book it off the offensive rebound. Sweet touch by the rookie out of Wisconsin-Milwaukee. Here's Williams. Drains it from short range.
He clearly had the speed advantage there, and he used it to burn the D for the sweet hoop. Nice play.
Grant tries to drop it in, but it won't go.
Boy, they've really been scrapping for rebounds in this one. Neither club really dominating the other one.
Here's Iguodala. David West grabs the miss. The Hornets with a 2-for-1 opportunity. Let's see how they play the clock. Here's Grant. Nails it from close range. 8 points for him. And you're right about the dogfight, Clark. You can tell that both teams really want this one.
Yeah, without question. And with it being as close as it is right now, a hard-fought game, you expect this intensity to keep up.
AI nails it from the top of the key. They're up 32-28.
They'd be smart to hold it now for the last shot.
To Paul from deep. Brand corrals the miss inside. Iguodala with it. Here's Iverson. Buries it.
He drew the D in and then kicked it out to the open man.
Here's Grant. The shot misses.
They were doing a good job with the three in the first quarter, but have yet to find the magic touch here. The 76ers have been on a scoring tear, Kevin.
Yeah, they've really been hot. And that concludes the first half. The score, 34-28. Let's go to the T-Mobile halftime report. All right, let's look at the team stats. The Sixers have built their lead on a solid offensive effort.
Yeah, if they continue to score like this, it's hard to see them look.
Welcome, everyone. The second half of this 2K Sports NBA presentation getting underway. We've got quite a battle going on in this one. Substitutions on the court. And it's the 76ers with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Holiday dumps it off. AI. The shot is off. And New Orleans will take it the other way. Okafor with the ball. Defended by Young. Here's Armstrong. Lays it in off the glass.
Well, this has been a tough start to the second half. Hopefully they'll find a way to pick it up here.
Hornets on D. Iguodala with it. Six seconds to shoot. Here's Iguodala. Sinks it. He's got 9.
Well, he's lighting it up, and that surprises no one. This guy is just a dynamite scorer.
Can't hit, and the 76ers go the other way. Gently drops it in. And here's Iverson with it. 6 points for him. Timeout called, the 76ers. Let's now take a moment to view the league's leading rebounders. And you look at Brand. He does a great job inside, one of the top rebounders in the league.
When you talk about rebounders, this guy is relentless, and that's why he's one of the very best we have in the league. He goes after all rebounds. He never gives up on a missed shot. Whether it's near him or not, this guy is using his body, his quickness, his strength, and everything he has to beat people to rebound.
Grant, the rebound by Young. Now the 76ers with it. 10-point lead.
Oh, down hard. A monster throwdown. Wow. Boom. Good execution on the break leads to the nice bucket.
And here are the Hornets now. A 12-point game. Here's Grant. Connects from in close. He's got 12.
Kevin, that first step of his is as quick as a hiccup. He gets to the rim almost at will.
Brizic goes up, lays it in. Sweet time to lead into the rack.
These guys are putting on a clinic. They're playing with confidence, and their offense is really flowing.
Here's Grant, had a piece of it. They retain possession. Posey on the mark with the triple. And here is Williams. He's got 9. Here's Holiday on target with the runner.
He's been extremely active out there, and he has the stats to prove it. Terrific hustle.
And first time out of the game called for New Orleans. As we approach the halfway mark, let's take a look at how everything in the East right now stands. You take a look at the 76ers. Here in the middle of the season, they're in great shape, sitting atop the conference. And, of course, there's the Celtics right behind them. Now Paul, still looking to get on the scoreboard. Substitution on the board. And here are the Hornets now, trailing by 13. Okafor gets the bucket.
He's been getting after it offensively, but they're still trailing here. One guy can only do so much.
And here are the 76ers now. Left wing. Here's Williams. Oh! Flushes it with the one-handed jam. 11 points in the game.
The well-set screen freed him up for the nasty throwdown. Nice execution.
Iguodala is going to be hit with the blocking call, and that's his first foul.
A little too much body contact there. You have to stay in front of the ball handler by moving your feet, or you'll get tagged with that call every time.
On defense, the 76ers. 13-point lead. Nice job on the assist by Grant. Nice shot by the 12th-year veteran out of Serbia. To AI. Holiday, 18 feet away. Good.
My goodness, it seems like he's got every point this quarter. Just an amazing job helping to cut into this lead.
And it's the Hornets with the ball. It's a 13-point game. And it's the 76ers with the ball. And here is Williams. Holiday buries the corner jumper. He's got 12.
He can't be stopped. He's having a party out there.
Here's Grant. It's good.
The defender couldn't get around the pick, and his help didn't show up in time. Nice play for the layup right there. And
here is Williams. No good. We have just finished the third quarter, and it's a double-digit game. The score, 56-45. Lewis Williams has played well. 11 points, 7 assists, and 2 rebounds.
Yeah, he's really impressed me with his playmaking, Kevin. He's not known as a premier passer, but you wouldn't know it from watching this game.
The fourth quarter about to get started here in what's been an entertaining game. Here we go, the start of the final quarter. We've seen a heck of a performance here, but there's always the chance of a comeback. Glad you stuck with us. And it's the Hornets with the ball. They trail by 11. To the paint, here's Okafor. Grant leads the game in assists. The 76ers lead it. Young. Can't get it to fall from downtown.
You can't fault that shot since he was wide open, but he may have rushed it just a little bit.
Grant is called for the charge. That's his first foul.
That's his first personal foul, first team foul.
And here comes Allen Iverson. 6 points for him. Here's Young. Gets the bucket from 20 feet away. They're ahead 58-47. Asia. He's covered by Iguodala. The jump hook hits the jump hook.
These clubs have been lighting up the scoreboard all game long.
Here's Williams. Lays it right in.
Great vision on display there. The pass led him perfectly to the basket. That's how you do it.
West backs in. Throws it up. Banks it home.
They say the mid-range game is becoming a lost art in the NBA, but you certainly couldn't tell it from watching that play. What a sweet stroke.
And here's Iverson with it. Right now averaging 25 points a game. Young, inside, lays it right in.
No one really contested him at the basket that time, Kevin. He's just too good in there to leave the door open for.
Now a timeout called by New Orleans. Cheryl, moments ago you had a chance to speak with Byron Scott. What did he have to tell you?
Hey, Kev, he told his team to stretch out defensively and really put pressure on the ball. He says we've got to get in their face, take them out of their comfort zone. He wants to see deflections and steals. Back to you, Kev.
Thank you, Cheryl. And here's Iverson with it, following the basket by Chris Paul. Puts in the agile reverse layup.
Gorgeous layup there. Graceful move to the basket.
Okafor, right block. Here's Paul. It's in for three.
The defense made the mistake of playing off him, and he drained it from deep.
Iverson. Laid in with the D draped all over him. And it's the Hornets with the ball. They've trailed by as many as 13 points.
That's a heck of a job to lay it in around the taller defender, Kevin. Lovely, agile finish.
And it's the 76ers with the ball. New Orleans coming up empty. Here's Iverson. Inside runner. Kept alive. With the second effort, the shot is off.
Tough D forces him to miss it at the rim. You won't see that very often.
Here's West. Sinks it.
That's a terrific play. I call that a room service dime because all he had to do was catch it and finish.
Grant. Great finish in traffic. They're in front, 68-58. And it's the Hornets with the ball. It's a 10-point game. Intercepted by Williams. And here are the 76ers now. 10-point lead. Iverson gets the bucket.
Kicked it to the right guy at the right time. That's a good pass.
Lead pass. Now Okafor inside.
Excellent anticipation there, Kev. He placed that pass perfectly.
Here's Iverson. Can't get it to go. And New Orleans will take it the other way. Grant, covered by Brand, to Okafor. Here's West. Rebound by Elton Brand.
This is definitely a day he'd like to forget. He just hasn't had the energy or the intensity to get it done out there. He's still scoreless. Healthy lead, and with smart play the rest of the way, they should be able to win this one.
Grant from short range. Grant, Iverson covering. The 10-footer, rebounded by Brand. The 76ers should slow it down here and use some clock. Brand, knocked loose. Stolen away by West.
The lob was a little misjudged, and he couldn't get control of it. A tough sequence there.
On defense, the 76ers. Here's Okafor. Grant holds it in, and that's his 8th rebound of the contest. The 76ers walk away with a double-digit victory as they defeat the Hornets 72-60. For his steady play, Lewis Williams is our Jordan Brand Player of the Game.
Well, he was the initiator and the playmaker for their offense, Kevin. He kept his head up and created a bunch of easy scores with his passing.
Well, that's it for us. On behalf of Clark Kellogg, Cheryl Miller, and me, Kevin Harlan, thanks for tuning in to NBA Basketball on 2K Sports.
Nice job out there. Of the shots you took, I would say the vast majority of them were good shots. As a teammate, your job is to do everything you can do to put your team in a position to win. You definitely did that on the offensive end of the court. Switching gears, I feel the need to remind you about the number of bad steal attempts you made out there. No reason to take a risk in those situations. Attempting lunge steals and missing like you did puts your team at a disadvantage until you're able to recover. Overall, a very solid game. Keep up that level of effort.